I think that protest, of course, has its place in a free country.
We're on our way to blockade the nuclear bomb factory at Broughton near Reading. It's very important right now that we really send a clear message that we don't need these horrendously expensive and destructive weapons, that we actually need to be building peace in the world.
Trident fights no injustices. Trident is an immoral, obscene and redundant weapons system. And the vote on Trident is one of the most important this Parliament will ever take.
Here. Down.
It's a place where they put the fissile material together. They make the warheads, make the nuclear warheads, the things that actually detonate and set off a nuclear bomb. That's what's done here. We really want people to get involved. It's up to us to stop the government replacing Trident.
We have to be as numerous as possible, and the number is our power. So come and join us.
I think it's been a very successful first day of action here.
Well, I'm 83, soon to be 84. I decided that because I belonged to C&D, I'd been signing petitions, going on marches, writing letters, and none of that has ever paid off. So I decided I'd put my body on the line and see if that made a difference.
I'm a former nuclear scientist, but only 3 years ago did I rejoin the peace movement and my local C&D group. Getting out on the streets and talking to people, I realised how much people didn't know, how low their awareness was on nuclear weapons. So I actually had to design this sort of infographic myself on explaining what Trident is. 4 submarines, 8 rockets, up to 5 warheads, 8 times the destructive power of Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Do the sums. If the Prime Minister presses the button, nearly 50 million people will be vaporised within half an hour. That's absolutely horrible, it's totally immoral, and I've yet to meet anybody who can justify that. It's going to cost the British public perhaps more than £200 billion over its lifetime, the total cost. And we're here in Reading because this nuclear bomb factory is just 1 mile south of the M4 near Reading. It is a nuclear bomb factory. What could possibly go wrong?
That there is currently a multilateral process going on at the UN where over 130 countries are negotiating in good faith for a treaty to ban nuclear weapons. Does he agree with me that this government's refusal even to attend, let alone take part in that, seriously raises questions about their commitment to a world without nuclear weapons?
I'm part of Oxford C&D group, and I'm going to Burfield because that's our very near nuclear weapons factory, and I'm opposed to the production of nuclear weapons. I think they're totally inhumane and should be got rid of, abolished, rather than building up.
I'm there because I think nuclear weapons are an obscene and criminal waste of money.
Well, we're hoping to draw the public attention to what's going on, which is pretty ghastly.
I think nuclear weapons in themselves are obsolete by definition because it's not a weapon you can use.
I'm turning out today to give a bit of support in my little way.
It was the Oxford and Reading groups and Milton Keynes groups that came down today. In other words, the groups very close to here who are very concerned about what's going on here, and they've done a great job. This is the north end of the Mearings, and it's the approach road to the main gate. Usually there's no police here, there's no pass check here. You can see that the police are all around, and this is because of the success of getting lots of people here, and the police don't know where the obstructions and disruption is going to take place. This is the end of day 9 here at the blockade at the construction gate. All of the construction vehicles have been kept out yet again. The month has been going well. We've had a lot of people here, all been in good humour and have been able to make our presence felt. So a success yet again. Police liaison officer, hello, how are you? Are you just sort of listening on this side or on that side?
Sorry?
I just wondered which side you were listening in on, this side or that side?
Which side? I was in around there.
No, I mean as here. Wow, it's Wednesday the 15th and we set up on Monday last week, so this is I think the 10th day. I'm having breakfast here and just relaxing before all the activities of the day starts. The peace camp is just across the road and there's lots of people there just hanging out. More people arriving here and at the north end of the Mearings for a nice demonstration, and we will see what emerges today. It's lovely, it's so creative and imaginative and no one really knows what's happening, and it looks really good.
Ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Gonna shout out the call for peace down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside.
There's 2 amazing Welsh choirs here, Corgobaith and Cor Cochian, and they're entertaining the police. And the police are doing a wonderful job of helping us block the main entrance, or the north end of the Mearings, which is one of the main entrances to the main gate.
Take the nuclear train, stand up, people make a choice, create a world without nuclear death. All together we are strong. Break the nuclear chain, break the
and while they've been doing that, the submarine has been blocking the construction gate.
Attached to the device.
Yes.
Last time, are you going to do it yourself?
No, I won't. Thank you very much. Okay. But do you know about the Genocide Act and the Geneva Conventions Act? They are part of British law, and they say you cannot plan for a war crime.
Just have a little look at your submarine, if that's right. Who's the craftsperson for this then? Well, I'm making conversation, not a trick question. I'm not after who the master carpenter is, but
who is our secret leader?
Yeah, who makes the submarines?
So you can see how easy it is to disarm Trident. It is very easy to disarm Trident. Thank you for doing it. Could you do this to the real Trident, please? This is a practice run.
Behind me is Fast Lane, which is the home port for the Trident submarines. And in the other direction is the hillside where the Trident warheads are stored. So we have all this here in our beautiful Scottish lochs and hills, and we don't want it. People in Scotland don't want this here. We don't want it because it's illegal, it's expensive, it's dangerous, but we don't want it because it's really wrong to have these kind of weapons, and it's imposed on us by Westminster.
No, we wanted the police to disarm it, so that's what they did.
We disarmed the submarine.
You disarmed the submarine. And we said it was a symbol, and we could show how easy it was to disarm, just a symbol, and now they could do it with the real thing.
I guess it's not quite so easy in real life, is it?
Now, I want to talk a few words about people saying that you can't uninvent things that have been invented. But you know, biological weapons were banned in 1972, chemical weapons in 1993, landmines in 97, cluster munitions in 2008. If the political will is there, it can be done. And right now, no, there are around 130 countries who have endorsed a UN motion calling for a global ban treaty on nuclear weapons. Negotiations for that global ban treaty may begin next year, yet this government is holding out and refusing to engage with multilateral UN processes to secure a nuclear-free world.
We're part of the No Faith in Trident Day, so this is a faith response from religious people.
A good part of my faith that we don't have nuclear weapons is not compatible with my beliefs, and I want to see a world of love and of peace, and Trident plays no part in that world.
We're hoping to block one of the gates. We're hoping that some of our friends will be blocking the other gates, so there'll be a complete block of Bergfield today, and no vehicles will be able to get in or out.
The important reason why I'm here today is that I went to meet with my MP about this issue, and we had a discussion, almost argument about it, and she was very sure in her view that she was going to vote for the renewal of Trident. So I feel like I've gone down that route and that didn't lead me anywhere, so now I need to do all I can to make sure that Trident doesn't get renewed, which is why I'm here today, to get that message across.
To the politicians, I'd like to say you have a lifetime's opportunity in the near future to vote to not to renew Trident, and I really think you should vote with your conscience and think about the generations to come whose legacy, who are relying on your legacy.
So this morning we got up early and we came down here and we got out our minibus and lay down on the road to use our bodies to get in the way of the work of war.
So that was one of our aims today, to disrupt the workings of the nuclear missile base.
We pray for the ability to overcome our brokenness, cooperating instead of competing across borders and boundaries. We cry out for peace. We pray for the healing and rebuilding of communities torn apart by war and violence. We cry out for peace.
They who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. For the arms dealers and the merchants of death, forgive us, for we know not what we do. For our taxes that fund the evil war, forgive us, for we know not what we do.
Are they under arrest?
She's on reporting on summons.
What for?
Under the bylaws.
Right.
So we got to the construction site this morning about 6:30 a.m. There were, I think, 5 or 6 of us. So 5 of us who were using lock-on tubes and 1 person was super glued to somebody else. We're mostly Quakers, and we're here because we want Trident replacement to stop. We're in front of the construction gate at Burghfield. Burghfield is a place where nuclear weapons are maintained, and this is the place where also they've been building for the next generation of Trident nuclear missiles. We arrived here at 6:30, and at the same time other people were blockading other gates, so there wasn't any traffic or workers that came in for most of the morning. I'm here because I feel compelled by my faith to make sure that Britain doesn't invest over £205 billion into weapons that kill millions of people, while at the same time, like, not allowing our public services to flourish. I think, to me, it's a little bit of a no-brainer.
What terrorist attack have nuclear weapons protected us from, have protected France from? Zero. They've got hee-haw to do with climate change or to do with cybercrime. So then this becomes back to, oh, it's a deterrent. But only 9 countries in the world have these nuclear weapons. So how come the other 180 plus countries don't feel the need to have this deterrent?
A lot of people my age don't know a lot about Trident. I'm new to the UK. This is something I didn't grow up with, and now that it's part of my taxes, now that it's part of my responsibility as a resident here, I think I'm really interested in learning more about it, you know, meeting the people who have been around protesting Trident for so long and sharing that knowledge with other people.
Trident doesn't really defend us. It gives us the option of retaliation or aggression, not defence. If there's a threat, nuclear weapons won't be able to stop that threat. They will only be able to create some kind of revenge, which has no practical use whatsoever.
Trident is not a chewing gum, it's actually a nuclear weapons base, it's a submarine. People should know that Britain is continuing to modernise and increase their nuclear weapons capability. It's state terrorism, we have to stop it.
I make it clear today that I would not take a decision that kills millions of innocent people. I do not believe the threat of mass murder is a legitimate way to go about dealing with international relations.
It's been an incredible month with lots and lots of people coming, and very surprising kind of people, like the religious one on Monday. I just didn't realise it was going to be so effective, 3 blockades going on. And then little ones where one person at 4 a.m. in the morning has come painted on the ground and then got arrested for criminal damage. And then 11 days actually camping at the construction gate was amazing. And then today seeing all these big red crosses going up is wonderful. So we really have disrupted the place for a month. And I hope it's shown people that actually civil resistance can work, but it needs to be sustained day after day after day.
It's really amazing to see what kind of disruption can be caused with just a few determined people. But actually what we need is many, many more of us to take part in that. Because at the moment, it's easy for the politicians to ignore the issue. But if we all got involved and took part in gentle, non-violent, disruptive action, change would have to happen.
Your nation is threatening mass destruction and spending $205 billion on a nuclear weapons system. It's your right to say no, so go and protest.
Let me congratulate the Prime Minister on her new role. But can we cut to the chase? Is she personally prepared to authorise a nuclear strike that could kill 100,000 innocent men, women and children?
Yes. And I have to say to the honourable gentleman, the whole point of a deterrent is that our enemies need to know that we would be prepared to use it.
And people in this country have got to get their act together. We have got a lot of resisting to do because the government is taking absolutely no notice. This is not a democratic state. It's a failed system. It's not dealing with climate change, not dealing with all the wars. It's not dealing with poverty, racism. So we have to get into the streets. It's no good just doing social media and living in a virtual world. You've got to get out to places and resist the evil that you can see around.
People say with one voice, Trident. People say with one voice, Trident's got to go. Trident's got to go. Trident's got to go.